So, why is it that you can sit and understand like 100% of a Hollywood film, but the moment a colleague asks you a simple question in English, your brain just turns into static?
Oh, absolutely. It's a remarkably common frustration.
Right.
Yeah, people have the vocabulary,
Yeah.
they can read it, they can write it, but well, it feels like hitting a sudden mental roadblock. The words are in there, they just refuse to come out.
Exactly. Welcome to the deep dive, everyone. Today we are looking at a transcript from a program called Breaking the Silence, and we are unpacking this exact issue, this fluency paradox.
And the sources bring up a really vivid analogy early on. They talk about a child learning to walk.
Oh, yes, I love this part because when a toddler takes a step and falls flat, parents don't look down and say, "Well, that was a terrible attempt. You should just stop trying."
Right, exactly. We cheer them on.
We cheer them on. But as adults learning a language, we suddenly expect ourselves to sprint flawlessly on day one. So let's unpack this. Why do we lose that childhood resilience when we grow up?
See, it gets replaced by fear, actually. When we are young, our primary driver is just pure curiosity.
Hmm.
But as adults, we become quite terrified of judgment.
Oh, yeah. We worry about making a grammatical mistake or, being laughed at.
Yes, becoming a laughingstock in front of our peers. We stop seeing English as a functional tool to share ideas, and we start treating it as a stage
A
performance.
stage performance, right. And that pressure creates this sort of perfection trap. The transcript gives this highly relatable office scenario. Your manager walks up to your desk and just asks, "Can you finish the report today?"
Which is a very standard question.
Very standard.
It just requires a simple one-word answer.
Yes, but the employee freezes because instead of answering, they are debating internally, wait, should I say I will finish or I can finish?
Yeah, they get stuck on the technicalities.
Exactly. And while they search for the absolute perfect sentence, they just end up staring blankly and saying nothing at all.
Which brings us to the source's golden rule. Simple English is always better than no English. But even when we know the simple words, the way we retrieve them is often the problem. What happens is we fall into the translation trap.
Ah, yes, the mental commute. This is when you frame the thought in your native language first.
Yes, and then you run it through your internal dictionary to translate it into English.
It's like a video buffering on a very slow internet connection.
That is a great way to put it. By the time your translated sentence finally loads, the conversation is already over. You
Yeah.
are forcing your brain to do double the work.
Right, and the moment is just lost. But wait, let me push back a bit here.
Okay.
Isn't grammar crucial? I mean, if someone says, "Yesterday I go to the market," instead of "I went," won't people judge them? We can't just throw grammar out the window, can we?
See, the sources address this very point. Let us look at the actual outcome of that interaction. Did the listener understand that the person went to the market yesterday?
Well, yes. They got the message.
Exactly. The grammar was flawed, but the core message was delivered perfectly. The argument here is that communication must take priority over perfection.
Right, so getting the point across is priority number one.
Yes, the grammar naturally tightens up later as you practice speaking. But if you stay silent out of fear, you never give yourself the chance to improve.
That makes total sense. So if we accept these grammatical bumps along the way, how do we actually rewire our brains? Like, how do we stop translating and start thinking directly in English?
Well, it requires building a daily reflex. The text recommends a strict 15-minute daily rule.
Okay, 15 minutes.
Yes, doing 15 minutes of speaking practice every single day is vastly superior to trying to cram for 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon. Consistency is key.
And the exercise they suggest for this daily practice is just brilliant. You essentially narrate your daily routine out loud, right?
Exactly, you narrate what you are doing. So if you are eating, you say, I am having breakfast.
Or my phone is on the table.
Right. It might sound rudimentary, but it is actually a highly effective psychological hack.
Really? How so?
Because when you tie real-world physical objects to English vocabulary, you help your brain store the language in sensory memory.
Oh, wow.
Yes, rather than just linguistic memory, you are actively training the brain to link the object directly to the English word, which completely bypasses the mother tongue.
It builds muscle memory.
Precisely.
I love that. And to help build this exact reflex, the source issues a 5-question challenge, which I want to pass directly to our listeners right now.
It is a wonderful exercise.
It is. So listeners, here are the 5 questions. What is your name? Where do you live? What do you do for work? What are your hobbies? And what is your goal?
But the key is, do not just answer them quietly in your head.
Right. You have to speak them out loud today.
Yes. And while you do that, Remember what your ultimate metric of success is. You should only compare yourself to your past self, not to others.
Not the fluent speaker sitting next to you.
Exactly. If you manage 5 clear sentences today and 20 next week, that is a victory. You just need clear words and genuine confidence. You do not need fancy vocabulary to be a successful communicator.
It really is just about forward momentum, taking
Uh,
that next step even if you stumble a bit.
Absolutely. And, this leaves us with a really interesting thought to ponder.
Oh, what is that?
Well, if the true purpose of language is human connection, could striving for a perfect, accentless English actually be counterproductive?
Wait, really? How do you mean?
Well, your natural voice brings a unique cultural identity to a global conversation. Erasing that accent to sound neutral might actually erase a part of who you are.
Oh, wow, that is a powerful perspective. That hint of your mother tongue is not an error you need to iron out. It is a cultural signature you should own.
Precisely. So just keep speaking.
Keep stepping forward, absolutely. Well, thank you all for joining us, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.